Gilligan's Island premiered with a completely different theme song that was deemed too calming by test audiences. The original pilot featured a high school teacher named Bunny instead of Mary Ann.
Mean to him. Bunny, it's Gilligan's fault. We're stuck on this stupid island.
And the professor was played by a different actor who quit after one day of filming. But why did Tina Louise refuse to appear in any reunion shows? How did a real Coast Guard rescue almost happen during filming? And which cast member was actually stranded on the island overnight? These are 50 small details you missed in Gilligan's Island that will blow your mind. Number 50. The Wrong Island. The establishing shots of the island weren't filmed anywhere near where the show was actually shot. Those gorgeous aerial views came from Kauai in Hawaii, but the actual filming happened on a Hollywood backlot with fake palm trees and painted backdrops. The lagoon was a concrete tank that leaked constantly.
Acting, Skipper. Keep your face more toward camera.
That's right. I don't think this is going to help us get rescued at all.
Number 49. The secret set location. That famous lagoon where the Minnow sat? It's now a parking lot at CBS Studio Center in Studio City. For years, employees would find buried props and pieces of the boat while doing construction work. One worker discovered Gilligan's hat, perfectly preserved. Number 48. The deadly quicksand. The quicksand scenes used real quicksand that nearly killed Bob Denver twice. The special effects team miscalculated the mixture, making it too thick. Denver started actually sinking during one take and had to be pulled out by the crew. They switched to oatmeal mixed with water after that incident. Number 47. The stolen boat. The SS Minnow was named after Newton Minnow, who called television a vast wasteland. Producer Sherwood Schwartz chose the name as revenge. But here's the twist. The original Minnow was stolen from the studio lot in 1965. They had to build 3 replacements, and nobody ever found out who took it. Number 46. The hidden pregnancy. Dawn Wells was pregnant during season 2, but couldn't tell anyone because her contract had a morality clause. The costume department hid her belly with strategically placed coconuts and grass skirts. She gave birth 2 weeks after filming, wrapped, and immediately put the baby up for adoption. Number 45. The real professor. Russell Johnson had a real chemistry degree from the University of Pennsylvania. He'd correct the scientific dialogue in scripts and often wrote his own experiments. The producers loved it because it saved them hiring a technical consultant. Johnson kept detailed notes on every invention the professor made, creating a 300-page manual.
It would take a polyester derivative of an organic hydroxide molecule.
Number 44. The banned episode. There's an episode CBS refuses to release where Gilligan discovers marijuana plants growing on the island. It was filmed but never aired after sponsors threatened to pull funding. The cast called it the Reefer Madness episode. Only 12 people have ever seen the complete footage. Number 43. The Millionaire's Debt. Jim Backus owed the IRS $300,000 when he took the role of Thurston Howell III. He demanded payment in cash for every episode and had to hand the money directly to federal agents who waited on set. The stress caused him to ad-lib many of his funniest lines. Number 42. The 3-hour tour math. A real 3-hour tour from Hawaii would put the castaways somewhere near Christmas Island, over 300 miles away. Maritime experts calculated that the Minnow would have needed to travel at 433 miles per hour to reach an uncharted island. The writers knew, but didn't care. Number 41. The costume conspiracy. Ginger's glamorous gowns were actually rejected costumes from major motion pictures. The wardrobe department got them for free from movie studios clearing out storage. Tina Louise wore Marilyn Monroe's dress from Some Like It Hot in 4 episodes, but Fox made them blur it in syndication. Number 40. The coconut cream pies. Those coconut cream pies thrown in slapstick scenes, they were shaving cream because real coconut cream wouldn't show up on camera. Bob Denver was allergic to the shaving cream and broke out in hives after every pie scene. Makeup covered the rashes with thick pancake foundation that made him sweat profusely under the lights. Number 39. The Island Economics. The professor calculated that the castaways consumed approximately 42,000 coconuts during their stay. At 1960s prices, that would have cost $126,000. The prop department actually used the same 12 coconuts for 3 seasons, repainting them when they started to rot. The smell was reportedly horrendous. Number 38. The Real Radio. The radio that could pick up everything except rescue information was a modified military unit from World War II. It actually worked and picked up local Los Angeles stations during filming. The crew would listen to baseball games between takes until a studio executive made them disable it. Number 37. The Nude Scene. CBS filmed a nude scene with all 7 castaways for a dream sequence that was immediately destroyed. The actors were actually wearing flesh-colored bodysuits, but network censors panicked when they saw the dailies. The footage was burned in the studio incinerator while executives watched. Number 36. The Laugh Track Lawsuit. The laugh track for Gilligan's Island was recorded by audiences watching different shows. When people who'd attended a taping of The Dick Van Dyke Show heard their laughter on Gilligan, they sued CBS for unauthorized use of their voices. The case was settled out of court for $50,000. Number 35. The Missing Episode Script. There's a complete script for an episode where the castaways are rescued, only to discover World War III has destroyed civilization. NBC bought the script to prevent it from being filmed. It's locked in their vault, and executives still refuse to let anyone read it. Number 34. The Stunt Double Death. Bob Denver's stunt double, Bob Harris, nearly drowned filming a lagoon scene when his foot got tangled in underwater cables. He was underwater for 3 minutes before anyone noticed. The footage of his actual drowning was accidentally used in the episode before editors realized what they were watching. Number 33. The Ginger Feud. Tina Louise and Dawn Wells haven't spoken since 1967. The feud started when Wells got more fan mail despite Louise having top billing. Louise demanded the producers intercept and destroy Wells's letters. When Wells found out, she threw a coconut at Louise's head during filming. Number 32. The Ratings Trick. CBS executives hated the show and deliberately scheduled it against NBC's highest-rated programs to kill it. Instead, Gilligan's Island beat everything in its time slot. Furious executives then moved it 3 times in one season, but ratings kept climbing. The network president called it the show that wouldn't die. Number 31. The Skipper's Heart Attack. Alan Hale Jr. had a mild heart attack during the filming of Season 2, but didn't tell anyone for 6 months. He was terrified of being replaced and worked through chest pains. The cast found out when he collapsed during the reunion movie. His doctor said he should have been dead. Number 30. The Island Blueprints. The professor drew actual blueprints for every invention, and Russell Johnson donated them to the Smithsonian. Engineers have analyzed them and confirmed that 60% of his inventions would actually work. The coconut radio is theoretically possible, but would require 1,200 coconuts for proper amplification. Number 29. The Contract Trap. The actors signed contracts that paid them nothing for reruns. The show has earned over $90 million in syndication, but the cast only received their original salaries. Bob Denver tried to sue in 1989, but discovered the contracts were ironclad. He estimated he lost $18 million over his lifetime. Number 28. The Real Rescue. During filming of the second season, an actual Coast Guard cutter spotted the fake shipwreck and dispatched a rescue team. The crew had to frantically wave them off while in full costume. The Coast Guard filed an official report about 7 civilians who refused rescue. that's still in government archives. Number 27. The Buried Treasure. The prop department buried actual money on the set for a treasure hunt episode, but forgot where. $30,000 in prop bills that looked real is still somewhere under the CBS parking lot. Metal detector enthusiasts occasionally sneak onto the lot trying to find it. Number 26. The Monkey Business. The monkey in several episodes was a recovering alcoholic. Its previous owner had given it beer to perform tricks. The animal handlers had to slowly wean it off alcohol during filming. It would shake violently between takes until they gave it sugar water mixed with vitamins. Number 25. The Death Threat. Alan Hale Jr. received death threats from a viewer who believed the island was real and the network was preventing rescue. The FBI investigated and found a man in Ohio who'd built a boat to save the castaways. He'd spent his life savings on navigation equipment and was arrested trying to break into CBS studios. And before our final revelation, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos and leave a comment if you knew any of these facts. Number 24. The Gilligan Syndrome. Psychologists identified a real condition called Gilligan Syndrome, where patients believe they're stranded on islands. Between 1965 and 1970, over 300 people were institutionalized with this delusion. Most recovered after being shown behind-the-scenes footage proving the show was fictional. Number 23. The Hidden Camera. Dawn Wells discovered a hidden camera in her dressing room during Season 3. Security investigated and found the assistant director had installed it. He was immediately fired but never charged because the studio wanted to avoid scandal. Wells kept the camera as evidence for 40 years. Number 22. The Toxic Lagoon. The lagoon water was treated with so many chemicals to keep it clear that fish died instantly when introduced for tropical scenes. The actors developed mysterious rashes that doctors couldn't explain. Years later, the EPA classified the lagoon area as a minor hazardous waste site requiring cleanup. Number 21. The Script Thief. Scripts for Gilligan's Island kept disappearing from the studio. Producers hired a private investigator who discovered a janitor was selling them to a competing network. The janitor had photographed over 50 scripts and sold them for $20 each. He served 6 months in prison. Number 20. The Accent Coach. Jim Backus hired a British accent coach to perfect Thurston Howell's aristocratic voice. The coach turned out to be a con artist from Brooklyn who'd never been to England. By the time anyone noticed, Backus had developed his own unique accent that became the character's trademark. Number 19. The Insurance Nightmare. The studio's insurance company refused to cover the show after reading the scripts. They calculated that the cast would suffer 3,000 injuries based on the slapstick comedy. Producers had to sign personal liability waivers. Bob Denver alone filed 47 injury claims during the series run. Number 18. The Communist Plot. The FBI investigated the show in 1965 after receiving reports it contained communist propaganda. Agents analyzed episodes for hidden messages about wealth redistribution and collective living. The investigation file, released in 1992, concluded the show was too stupid to be subversive. Number 17. The Replacement Ginger. When Tina Louise refused to do the reunion movies, producers secretly filmed scenes with her stand-in and tried to digitally insert Louise's face. The technology wasn't advanced enough, creating nightmare fuel footage of a blurry-faced Ginger. The scenes were destroyed after test audiences screamed. Number 16. The Time Capsule. The cast buried a time capsule on the last day of filming containing personal items and predictions about the future. It was supposed to be opened in 2000, but CBS lost the map showing its location. Ground-penetrating radar has found 7 possible sites, all under concrete. Number 15. The Director Revolt. 5 directors quit the show in its first season. They complained about the impossible shooting schedule and the producers' demand for cartoon physics. One director walked off set mid-scene and never returned. His name was removed from the credits, and he refused to discuss the show until his death. Number 14. The Minnow Manifest. The Coast Guard noticed the SS Minnow never filed proper passenger manifests. They sent CBS actual violation notices for improper maritime documentation. The legal department had to explain repeatedly that it was a fictional boat. The Coast Guard kept sending fines for 3 years. Number 13. The blackmail photos. A photographer took compromising photos of the cast at a wrap party and tried to sell them to tabloids. The photos showed married cast members in situations that could have ended careers. Sherwood Schwartz personally paid $30,000 to buy and destroy the negatives. Number 12. The Voodoo Curse. Guest star Zia Gabor claimed she cursed the show after producers cut her scenes. She hired a practitioner to perform a ceremony on set. Within a week, 3 cameras broke, the lagoon pump failed, and Bob Denver was hospitalized with food poisoning. The curse was never officially lifted. Number 11. The Network Spy. CBS planted a spy among the crew to report back on production problems. The mole was discovered when they accidentally sent their report to the wrong fax number. The crew pretended not to know and fed the spy increasingly ridiculous false information that made it into executive memos. Number 10. The Fake Fan Mail. The studio hired a service to write fake fan mail to boost morale. The actors figured it out when they noticed the same handwriting on hundreds of letters. Dawn Wells confronted producers with a stack of identical letters, all supposedly from different children in different states. Number 9. The Prop Poison. The fake tropical fruits were painted with lead-based paint. The actors were told never to put them near their mouths, but Bob Denver accidentally bit into one during a scene. He was rushed to the hospital for lead poisoning treatment. The props were repainted, but only after dozens of episodes had been filmed. Number 8. The $1 Million Mistake. The opening credits contained a geography error that placed the island in the middle of the Pacific shipping lanes. Maritime lawyers contacted CBS explaining that thousands of ships would have spotted the castaways. Fixing the error in syndication cost over $1 million in re-editing fees. Number 7. The Ghost Ship. Crew members reported seeing a phantom ship in the lagoon during night shoots. Security footage showed a translucent vessel that appeared on full moons. A paranormal investigator traced it to a studio employee who died building the lagoon in 1964. His brother confirmed he'd loved boats. Number 6. The Censored Kiss. Mary Ann and the professor were supposed to kiss in episode 67,
I have never shown the slightest romantic interest in Marianne.
but network censors worried it would corrupt children. The actors had to stand 3 feet apart and blow kisses. The original footage of the actual kiss exists in the CBS vault, but has never been released. Number 5. The Real Castaways. In 1966, 7 people inspired by the show actually shipwrecked themselves on an island near Fiji. They lasted 4 days before signaling for rescue. When saved, they demanded CBS pay for their method research. The network's lawyers were not amused by their lawsuit. Number 4. The Death Certificate. When the show was canceled, a fan in Wisconsin filed a death certificate for all 7 castaways with the state registry. The document listed their cause of death as network negligence. It took CBS lawyers 6 months to get the certificates legally voided from official records. Number 3. The Reunion Disaster. During filming of the first reunion movie, the rebuilt lagoon set catastrophically flooded. Millions of gallons of water destroyed sound stages and caused $10 million in damage. Investigation revealed a disgruntled former employee had sabotaged the pumps as revenge for being fired during the original series. Number 2. The Final Secret. Sherwood Schwartz wrote a final episode where the castaways discover they're in purgatory and the island is their afterlife. CBS executives were horrified and locked the script in a vault. Schwartz tried to buy it back for 30 years, but the network refused. His son is still fighting for its release. Number 1. The Rescue That Never Aired. In 1967, CBS actually filmed an episode where the castaways are rescued.
Hey, everybody! I got some good news.
You spotted a rescue boat.
No, that'd be great news. All I got is good news.
The entire cast shot scenes of returning to civilization, dealing with fame, and struggling to adjust. Thurston Howell discovers he's broke, Ginger's career is over, and the professor's inventions are stolen by the government. The skipper has a complete breakdown, realizing he'll be blamed for the shipwreck. Mary Ann can't handle modern life and attempts suicide. Gilligan, surprisingly, becomes a motivational speaker about survival. The episode was so dark and depressing that test audiences walked out. CBS destroyed most copies, but a work print survived in Sherwood Schwartz's garage. His estate values it at $5 million. But CBS claims they still own it and will sue anyone who tries to screen it. The tape sits in a safety deposit box in Beverly Hills, the holy grail of lost television that explains why the castaways were better off staying on the island. Only 6 people alive have seen the complete episode, and they're bound by non-disclosure agreements that expire in 2067.